Greetings, humans. Greetings, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode. Bear here, 29-year veteran. And me in the woods, people, it's where bears live, don't you know? And 7 out of 8 TikTok women, they would agree they'd rather see a bear in the woods than a man in the woods. It's YouTube's #1 show by a bear, your emotional support animal, people. Great to have all of you here for another great fun-filled day. I am worried, people. A little worried. You know, El Trumpo is out there going around the Middle East, and I am worried, people. Apparently, Saudi Arabia has bought $1 billion worth of salmon. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on just a second there. Salmon is what bears eat. And if we're sending a bunch of salmon over to Saudi Arabia, where's bear gonna get his salmon at? Huh? Do we have a strategic salmon reserve? If so, where is that? I'd like to know where that is. I mean, if we sell all the salmon out here in the U.S., I mean, where are we going to get the rest of the salmon from for bear to eat? God forbid Canada. Ugh. Gross. Canadian salmon out there. So I sure hope there's some finagling going on behind the scenes that make sure that USA salmon stays for USA bears. That is Bear's opinion, and well, you're welcome to change Bear's mind, but it ain't gonna happen, people. Not on the topic. Not on the topic of salmon, people. Not at all, people. Well, great to have all of you here. Like the thumbnail says, I'm cooling off today. Cooling off. You know, I had plenty to do today. A lot to get to and everything, but had to take a little bit of time out. Head out by the old river, swim with the manatees, and just plainly cool off, people. Kind of hang tight and cool off. You know, I don't know about some of you, but every once in a while, you're like right before there's some sort of big transition or change happening going on, you kind of want to, you know, hey, let's hold on to a little bit what we have first before it all disappears away. So Bear was trying to, you know, get comfortable and make sure that he had a nice little day before a lot of crazy stuff happens later in the week and early next week. So some fun stuff for good old Bear out here. I know nobody else cares about any of that stuff, but a little bit of behind the scenes for you good people. Yes, indeed. All right, well, let me get right to it, people. Let me get right to it here because we actually have, no, we don't. No, we don't. We don't have any campaign updates. I don't know why. Hold on. Let me just check. Nope. We already did the 9 Lives comics update, so that is it. That's it, man. That's all that I got. Gosh dang it. Well, anyways, go check out, where is it? Go check out Titan. Mouse of Might, #3, Miasma. Come on, man, we can definitely get Gary over 13,000. Of course, Cyberfrog, I just got over 806,000. I think it's been 805 for a while, so congratulations, sir. Finally getting over that hump, man. Is that a boy sitting on Bear... on the bear safe? Is that boy sitting on the bear safe? Well, that's a very good question, P-Money. Well, the bear is happy. I would assume so. That's a lot of happy bears there in the water, much like Bear today. I was just enjoying the cool water. Enjoyed it, swimming with the manatees out there. They were eating the grass. Bear was just enjoying himself. Got to take a nice leap off the old dock right into the river. It's cold at first, and then you get warmed up. Then you get in the channel, and you're like, oh my God, it's going to carry me out to sea, so I got to make it back to shore. But yeah, that was Bear here today. If you could have taken a picture of Bear out in the water, that's what it would look like. Minus the kid on your belly. I didn't have any kids on my belly, but other than that, was enjoying myself. Thank you, P-Money. Appreciate it so much. So, I tell you what, people, I've got more than Bear can chew here. Way more than Bear can chew. Let me bring you in here. There we go. Because I've got News-o-RAMA, people. News-o-RAMA. Look at all those tabs, man. Those are tabs galore, people. I got plenty. It's, bears sometimes, famine. I'm like, okay, let's maybe stretch this story out a little bit more than it needs to be, just because you only got like 2 or 3 stories to go through. This, I've got enough for like 2 shows. Got enough for 2 shows so we can go back and forth between the two, but trying to pick out a couple good ones out here, and we'll get through it. I know Batman 2, everybody's talking about the frickin' Superman trailer. Superman gets interviewed. Yay, terrific. James Gunn, whatever, man. So, I got nothing to say on Superman other than we'll keep an eye on it. We will definitely keep an eye on it. But Bear has been keeping his eye on the Batman 2. I have made it a point for, 2-3 years now? Something like that. There is never going to be a The Batman 2. Now, that might be a little bit of wish casting on Bear's part here. But some of the stories and news coming out just keeps adding logs onto that fire. So we're going to go with that. Ooh, a sequel to Bear's all-time favorite Batman movie. No, it's not. Worst Batman film of all time, people. The Batman. I tell you what, people. Even worse than that George Clooney movie that President Biden can't even remember the name of. Even worse than that one, man. Even worse than that one. Bounding into comics, J.B. Augustine. The James Gunn response to rumors that the Batman 2 is moving forward minus the director. That'd be a step in the right direction. Trying to find the best shots from the movie. You see Robert Pattinson here, like, okay, your nose and maybe your jawline is in frame and in focus, but everything else, what the hell is going on in this picture? I can, it's too dark, number one. Number 2, you got light coming in from behind when it's a dark thing, and it just blows the main actor out. They had to put in a bunch of lighting for him, even though he looks like a goth kid, for crying out loud. Batman is a goth kid. Ay. What the hell's going on with this, man? Somebody find me a good picture of the Batman. I will definitely put that up and go through it. But I tell you, just from watching the trailer from Superman, I mean, this is going to be interesting. You'd figure that Zack Snyder had his own kind of look, not only for his films, but the entire DCEU. You can kind of go through there and have kind of the Zack Snyder look, I suppose. I guess the Batman kind of picked up on that a little bit. But it's amazing contrast. This is dark and you can hardly see anything. Superman, it's like everything is at 12 o'clock high noon. In the daytime, everything's brightly lit. Almost like annoyingly so. So you wonder if that sort of continuum is going to go through the entire movie. So how the hell the Batman 2 is going to look, nobody knows. Nobody knows. I don't recall Adam West Batman show being dark. Or the movies. Oh, God, I enjoyed I know a lot of people don't enjoy the Adam West Batmans, but that's Bears, Cats, Meow out there. I like that. Let's see. If it means I don't see Robert Patterson very well, it can be as dark as it wants. There's portions in that movie where it's nothing but like a dark screen. I mean, literally there's nothing going on. It's a blank screen. He's like, oh, okay, well, where the hell did that $300 million go? No idea. But I'm with you, P-Money. I'm with you here. As the saying goes, history doesn't repeat itself, but it often rims? I don't know. That looks to be the case with the Batman sequel, as the ever-revolving door of creatives continually reinterpreting The Dark Knight in what has to be a bit of poetic irony. For the Snyderverse and Batflick fans, Matt Reeves may be stepping away from director duties on his follow-up. The big rumor is Matt Reeves has the big C. Now, I don't know if that is true or not. I don't know if that's true or not, but that is what the rumor mill out there is saying. So I want people to understand. There's Matt Reeves right there. MTV. Is there still an MTV? Wow. Okay. No wonder nobody knows where he's at. He's talking about MTV, I guess, news. And it's like, huh? What? Where? A new listing from Production Weekly. We're all subscribed to Production Weekly, aren't we? I suggest that production on the Batman 2 is ready to roll next March to meet the goal of an October 2027 release. However, no director is listed, and Reeves is only given a screenwriter credit. It's been pointed out that Production Weekly reuses the same listings over and over again without naming directors. That's probably the case this time. Are you trying to say that Production Weekly might not be on the up and up? Is that what we're saying here? Because I'm catching what you're throwing out here. If not, this would be the first time the Batman movie lost its director. The same thing happened to poor Ben Affleck. He was going to direct. He was going to write. He was going to star. And none of those happened. Reeves stepped in to fill the seat and later recalibrated the film into what it became once Affleck stepped away completely. So, wait a minute. We went from a Oscar-winning writer and director to Matt Reeves, who is best known for his Monkey movies and the Cloverfield movie. Yay! Shaky cam, yay! If there is still an MTV, does it actually play music still? I remember there was an MTV2 that would only play music videos, but I don't know if that's still around or not. I don't even know if MTV is still around. I have no idea, man. If it is, it's probably lame. Let me just say that. I was plagued by personal problems, burnout, and detachment with the direction Warner Brothers was taking the DCEU. That's Affleck. Reeves is facing similar struggles, according to reports. Although it's unclear what they are, it might be the big C, we don't know. They're allegedly bad enough to impact his work on the sequel. Forbes writer Paul Tassi alluded to what Reeves may be dealing with in January, but is respecting the director's privacy. I've heard what he's going through, they said at the time, and no, I'm not going to say what it is, but I will say it's serious, and people really need to back off. That's right, Bear, back off. Oh, okay. Tassi's claim and a more elaborate scoop by Beyond the Trailer proprietor Grace Randolph, oh, crying out loud, are being met with criticism and written off as speculative. But that's only the beginning, people. Every aspect of this story is being called into question by the minute, including Reeves' disputed director status. Because look, what a great director he was, where you can see a lot of black. There's, once again, the bright light coming in from the background where you cannot see the main character in the center of the screen, and he's got to be lit up from some other angle that doesn't do a great job. What do they have, like one candle? One candle, I can maybe make out his jawline. That's about it. And some pointy ears. And who the hell is standing in front? Oh, I apologize, people. I could go on for hours and hours on the Batman and how terrible it is, but let this just be illustrative of Bear's complaints here. Another insider, or Snyder, Jeff Snyder, doubts Production Weekly's reliability. Really? What? Are you saying that an insider doubts Production Weekly's reliability? What? Now, Bear is no insider at all, but I'm going to say Production Weekly is probably just in it for the clicks and doesn't really have that many inside sources that they can rely on. That's Bear's opinion. I could be wrong. I feel like Production Weekly just pieces this together and make you think it's official. What? No way, huh? So you'll just subscribe to them. No way, I just said that. However, Snyder added his suspicions. Don't pretend. Smooth sailing for the Batman 2 as he thinks another Bat-related project on the DC slate will take priority, and not the one that we all assume. He says the signs that I'm getting is the next Batman movie won't be the Batman 2. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I've been saying this for several years, but there you are, people. There you are. More and more coming true each day. Like the next time you'll see Batman, it'll be in like the world's finest movie or something. Cha. That's probably what Gunn's working on right now. He's not writing a direct sequel to Superman. He's probably on Threads or whatever the hell it is, you know, chatting it up with anybody and everybody. And then it's got to be something that incorporates Superman and Batman together. He says that could be a redo of Batman or Superman. Oh, for crying out loud. Seriously? Why? Something more akin to the DC animated universe, which pulled off the world's finest scenario in the late 90s. Ooh. So James Gunn's just ripping off somebody else. He can't write a original story. Interesting. The 3-part story in Superman the Animated Series remains one of the best crossovers ever. So we're going to ruin that by putting it as a live action. Is this just Disney just taking their animated series and turning them into live action movies and calling it a day? Like, oh yeah, let's just put it in front of a real camera instead of an animated. I mean, it's not like we're an animation studio or anything like that. Crying out loud. Beyond standing the test of time, it laid the seeds for the future Justice League cartoons. Yay. And there's James Gunn on, is it Threads? Threads! How many of you are out on Threads? Anybody? Evidently, Mr. Will Dunn is, but I don't think many other people are. He says, as Matt Reeves still directing the Batman part, duh. James Gunn says, yeah, huh? What? Huh? Wait, why are you asking me? Huh? Like, come on, what do I look like, a co-head of a studio? Come on, man. Whatever the case, James Gunn quickly addressed the rumors that Reeves is departing. On Threads, which you read just right there, so I don't got to repeat myself. So, yay. Why wasn't this guy Lex Luthor? The guy from Barry, what's his name? Kerrigan. Anthony Kerrigan. He would be good. I would like him. That would make a lot better Lex Luthor than the fella that they had, because, I mean, he's like naturally bald. The other guy's not, so. And he looks evil. Look, the guy played an evil guy on the Barry series, so I'm sure it would fit, right? Why do we get the other guy? I don't know, man. Let's see. That huh doesn't exactly give us confidence. Huh? Huh? What do I look like, a co-head of a studio? What do you expect me to answer you? What do I look like over here? Huh? 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 That's James Gunn. Huh? What? Who, me? Who, me? Something goes wrong. James Gunn's nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found at all. He may ask a very important question. He says, why would we want 2 different universe Batman movies around the same time? P-Money, it could have been 3 if Joker for Le Deux did well, and they had to come out with a sequel to that. They're not going to. They're not going to. Beer was saying they're literally going to have 3 Batman, different universes. Joker 2 flopped, so we're not gonna have that one. We still have the Batman out there somewhere. Where is it? There he goes. There's the Batman, if you can find him. And then, of course, you're going to have, what was it? The Bold and the Beautiful? Something like that, with the guy that directed the Flash movie. So the Flash movie, which James Gunn says was one of the best superhero movies of all time, is now going to direct a Batman movie. I guess failing upwards. Yay. Yeah. Folie de deux. Folie de trois. Folie de trois. There we go. Beer is trying to branch out in his French. Trying to do that. So, anyways, there you are. Oh, God. JB Augustine. Over there at Bounding into Comics, people. Always enjoy them. Good source. Good sources out there. They're one of the very first ones that Beer was cued in on, saying Warner Brothers might be spinning off and selling off DC side of things. So we'll see. We'll see. I think that's still operative. We're going to see how well Superman does. I would have figured they would have spun that off beforehand, but yeah. I have no idea what the hell's going on over there at Warner Brothers. It's crazy. Actually, let me jump to that. Pardon me here. Let me jump to that because CNN has breaking news, people. Hold on to your butts. CNN has great, big plans ahead for the future. CNN plans to launch a new streaming service this fall after the last one lasted, like 2 weeks? Maybe a month? They built it up and built it up and built it up. I think it had NFTs involved. I mean, the whole scam was going on. The whole scam. You had Chris Wallace over there. Oh, it was going to be great times. They were going to be streaming left and right. Failed completely. CNN says, hey, you know what would be a great idea? Let's launch another streaming service. Terrific. CNN is planning to roll out a subscription service this fall. Latest attempt to gain a foothold in the market. Good luck. CNN spokesperson confirmed plan for the service, which would be a mix of lying and more lying. I meant live programming and on-demand content. Why would you have breaking news as on-demand content? Yes, the definition of insanity. The details of the new service will be unveiled Wednesday. Wait, that's today. As Warner Brothers Discoveries makes its upfront presence to advertisers saying, please, dear God, come back. Please. There's literally a talking bear on YouTube that has more viewers than we do. The network launched a much heralded service, CNN Plus, in 2022, which the network hired top name talent to create alternative programming while offering subscribers an array of documentaries and original series from its library. But the network was bust and folded after a month. Wow, that was 2 weeks longer than I thought. CNN Worldwide CEO announced plans for the streaming service in January. He wrote to employees that they plan to develop a new way for digital subscribers at home and abroad to stream news programming from us on any device they choose. Holy moly! Wow! That's insane, dude. That's like going back to 2015, man. I tell you. CNN already has a streaming presence on Max. Hold that thought, people. Hold that thought, because freaking Warner Brothers has big plans. Big plans. Coming here to comicbook.com. Charles Wrigley. Max streaming service is rebranding. And guess what the name's going to be, people? Just put it in your mind. Put it in your mind. What could it be? What could this brand new streaming service be called? Not the CNN one, the whole Max brand. What's it going to be called? What's it going to be called? It's going to be called HBO Max. You might say, hey, wait a minute, Bear. Wait just a second. Wasn't HBO Max the name of the brand name before HBO Max went to Max? And you're correct. You're absolutely correct. So we went from HBO Max to Max, and now we're right back at HBO Max. Max Powers. That would be a better name. That would definitely be a better name. Stop us if you've heard this one before. Warner Brothers Discovery streaming service is about to embark on another rebranding. The service launched as HBO Max back in 2020, only to remove HBO from the title a couple of years later. Just in the last couple of months, Max went from a purple logo to an all black and white logo. Oh my God. Oh wow. Holy moly. Wednesday morning brought word of another rebrand for the service. What? This one's going to have everyone clapping and rolling their eyes at the same time. Why are we ow, that hurts. Ow. Don't do that on your burnt claw, Bear. There we go. There's my clapping. I'll clap with my. There we go. Max is being rebranded to HBO Max. Warner Brothers Discovery sent out a whole press release announcing this new change, which is just simply hitting the reset button on a brand that should have never happened in the first place. Sometime in the summer, Max will once again become HBO Max, bringing it into the area that seems to aggravate just about everybody. Oh, I say HBO Max. It's rare I can say twice in one stream the definition of insanity. There you go. That's kind of the theme of the show here today, I guess. The Z-Man said the powerful growth we have seen in our global streaming service is built around the quote-unquote quality of our programming. Today we're bringing back HBO, the brand that represents the highest quality in media, to further accelerate that growth in the years ahead. Sure, David. Sure thing. If you recall, the reasons being given for the return of HBO in the service's name are oddly the same ones given for the removal in the first place. The quality of HBO's branding was supposedly going to alienate potential subscribers who wanted to watch reality-heavy television content from HGTV, Discovery, and TLC. Turns out that wasn't the case after all. Yeah, you can just get Discovery and be fine. Discovery Plus, I think, is the name. We will continue to focus on what makes us unique, not everything for everyone in a household. Yeah, that's the way to go. We don't want to make our streaming service for everybody. We're going to make it for great adults and possibly families. That's not really subjective. It's not even controversial. Our programming just hits different. Really? Says JB Perret, president and CEO of streaming. It just hits different? Seriously? Seriously? All right, lay off the bong, sir. With the course we're on and strong momentum we're enjoying, we believe HBO Max far better represents our current customer proposition, added Casey Boyes, chairman and CEO of HBO and Max Content. How many CEOs are we going to talk to here, for crying out loud? And it clearly states our implicit promise to deliver content that is recognized as unique. And to steal a line we always say at HBO, yeah, we're unique, but let me steal a line. That's worth paying for. Whatever, I don't care, people. There you go, if you want to. There is Max, formerly HBO Max, soon to be HBO Max. Insanity, people. Craziness. Craziness, people. Craziness, people. Well, I tell you, one person... God, should I say that? One person who's not crazy is Tom Cruise? That just does not sound right, people. One person who's not crazy is Tom Cruise. Variety and J. Kim Murphy. We were actually talking about this the last show with the tariffs coming to Hollywood and everybody freaking out about it. Tom Cruise sidesteps talk about Trump's Hollywood tariffs at Mission Impossible press stop. Quote, "We'd rather answer questions about the movie." What? Wait a minute. Are you saying that an actor is refusing to talk about politics and just wants to keep it middle of the road and talk about his or her movie? Wow. That feels odd, people. That feels strange. I don't know what to say. Tom Cruise kept a Mission Impossible Final Reckoning press conference moving in Seoul on Thursday evening when he asked about President Trump's proposal for tariffs on films, quote, produced in foreign lands. That's the key. Produced in foreign lands. And how such a policy might apply to the globe-trotting espionage blockbuster. Well, it's already in the can and about to be released into the theaters, so I don't think that would necessarily work for that movie, but okay. During the event, a Korean reporter speaking through an onstage translator asked, "I'd like to ask this question to anybody who's up for it. I watched this film and I saw that it was filmed in many different locations around the world, including Africa." Wait, what? Why are we... Yeah, including Africa. Oh, okay. Yay. Of course, we are all aware of the tariffs that evil President Trump has been imposing on overseas productions and films. So is this particular film under that tariff? No, sir. And how much of the film was shot overseas? It's like he threw him a softball and Tom Cruise says, nah. He says, we'd rather answer the question about the movie. Thank you. Finishing with a smile. The moderator responded on mic with, "I think that's a fair answer." What? You do? Holy cow. And the Mission Impossible star certainly won't be the last representative of Hollywood to be asked about the tariff proposal. More American talent could face the same impossible mission. Oh, for crying out loud. Beginning Tuesday at the Cannes Film Festival. Global market that may unleash a storm of questions about the potential implications of Trump's policies from both the press and international members, industry members, who may be reticent to do business with American companies. You can do business with American companies. You can come over to America. You can take your money into America. You produce your movie here in America. It can still be filmed in whatever crap hole country you come from. And it can still be shown in the U.S. without any worries, because we're only worried about production from other freaking foreign countries, not in the U.S. Crying out loud. Cruse was asked the questions a day before the studio heads composing the MPAs meet on Friday to strategize about addressing Trump's tariff proposal. Try saying that 3 times fast. Let's see. It's almost like Cruse knows his audience cares more about his movies than his political opinions? What? Huh. Are you sure you don't have that backwards, P-Money? You sure don't? We don't have that backwards. The line of questioning Cruse faced isn't an accurate one, as Trump has not yet enacted any tariffs on overseas film productions. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 paragraphs in, they says, oh yeah, well, it's not even on the books just yet. There remains overwhelming uncertainty over how exactly the administration would enforce such a policy, or if it would even impact releases like Mission Impossible. It doesn't, because it was produced before this even was thought up. It was produced a couple years ago, which was produced by a U.S. company, but largely shot across various international locales. They can do that. If it's produced in the U.S. and shot overseas, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Go right ahead. Make my day. It's produced by overseas companies and shot over there and then brought into the U.S. market. That's where you got an issue. That's where you got an issue. The MPA has yet to release an official statement responding to the tariff proposal, and no sit-down has been scheduled between the organization and the administration, people. There you go. Oh, it's going to release on May 23rd. Okay. Well, shoot, there's a lot of people that are, I guess maybe they saw it at Cannes or somewhere else. Yeah, there's been a couple reviews. I've ignored the reviews because I actually want to go see this. I want to go see this one. The Last Hurrah from Tom Cruise. There we go, man. Pretty cool stuff. Thank you, Tom Cruise, for bringing in some sanity into a crazy... this is weird, man. This is weird. I don't feel right saying Tom Cruise is the epitome of sanity out here, but here we are, people. Here we are. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you at all. Oy, 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 people. People, we have a brand new post office vehicle. Well, not really. They're making a... I don't know what you would call this. Kind of a like a one-off, I suppose. Kind of showing what this particular company can do, but they're putting it into the postal service milieu out here. So here we are, people. Who knew the Scientologist was one of the most sane in Hollywood? Hey, as long as they're, if you want to pray to L. Ron Hubbard, okay, fine, I guess. It's kind of weird. And what is it, like the DC-7 that flies around? Space DC-7? Like, okay, sure, whatever. But, listen, I'll go with the Scientologist over the crazy atheist in Hollywood. I'll actually I'll be with the atheist in Hollywood before I'm with, the devil worshippers there in Hollywood any day of the week, people. So, yeah, there you go. Scientology, atheism, and then devil worship there in Hollywood. So there you go. Who knew, people? Who knew? Coming into today, you're figuring, Tom Cruise is The definition of sanity in Hollywood. I didn't come in looking for that story, but here we are. Here we are. We're so back, says The Drive at Caleb Jacobs. The new Jeep Gladiator mail truck revives the iconic postal Jeep, people. It's close to Bear's heart here. Forget buying a Gladiator and throwing a rooftop tent on it. Get one and turn it into a rural mail delivery vehicle, people. And stuff plenty of comic books in there. Old postal Jeeps aren't worth much. So many of them were built and so many of them were trashed that they weren't even worth a dime a dozen. Shoot, they're more like a nickel a dozen. That's not the case with this new Jeep Gladiator, built by a step van outfitter Morgan Olson. Just look at it, they say. It's a Gladiator pickup. Actually, hold on. Where is it? Hold on. There we go. Just look at it, people. Just look at it. It's a Gladiator pickup with the back chopped off. And in place of the rear seats and a bed, you'll find a versatile service box that Morgan Olson officially calls the Kestrel Work Truck, after a breed of Falcon. But it'll always be a postal Jeep to the rest of us. This service box comes in different configurations, but no matter what, it's made of aluminum. And Morgan Olson says that that helps it stay close to the weight of a stock Gladiator. So somewhere around 5,000 pounds. That also means it achieves a max payload, yada, yada, yada. I don't need to go through that. But you can get it in a right-hand drive. The postal workers do a lot of off-roading. Depends on how rural it is. A lot of dirt roads around in the area, especially after it rains. That would be a nice vehicle for it. That'd be pretty good for it. You can see that's the other brand new postal vehicle that they're just now coming out with. We haven't seen them around here, but in some of the bigger cities. So the one there in the background, that's the new one. This is just kind of a concept. It's not really a postal service vehicle. It's just kind of a concept of what they came up with, but it looks pretty cool. I like it. Let's see. A Jeep Gladiator Forum member who goes by the Derb claims that the target starting price is under $80,000. For context, Gladiator Sport is $43,000. So they're saying the service body comes just shy of doubling that price. I'll leave you to decide whether or not that's a good deal. But keep in mind that this was always going to cost more than tossing in a bed topper and calling it a dry storage. There's multi-level shelving, easy access from both sides of the box as well as the back. And all the service body doors roll up instead of opening out. So you get the full experience of being a postman, minus being accosted by a bear. The more I think about it, the more it makes sense to use a Gladiator for rural package deliveries. It's one of the few mid-sized pickups left that you can still get without a turbocharged engine. And it's bare bones simple inside. Unfortunately, no hand crank windows. But at least you can blast your tunes through a Bluetooth entertainment system. And if the weather calls for it, take the doors off for easy in and out. Makes this reporter here want to become a mailman. There you go, people. So nice looking vehicle there. I like the livery. I like the look of it. Looks pretty cool, man. Looks a lot better than the sort of weird, whatever the heck's going on that other mail truck out there. It's supposed to be all, super better and all this other stuff, but I don't know, man. Just stick with the simple stuff, even though it's $80,000. Although I think the other mail trucks is about that price. They're trying to go to electric. They're like $100,000 a piece, and a lot of the places couldn't afford it. So there you are, people. There is your postal service story for the day, people. I know a lot of people have been asking about it. Oh, there it is. Well, nobody's asked about it, but there it is regardless, people. There it is. Regardless of whether or not you wanted a postal story or not, you're going to get it anyways. Definitely going to get it anyways. Take a drink here. There we go. All right, people, we talked about this last night as we were trying to convert the world out there in our continuing saga of the chat council. So if you were not on the show last night, by the way, why not? But here is the story that Bear was talking about. From Brooke Steinberg over at the New York Post, this restaurant named a sandwich after Pope Leo. The XIV, the 14th? Did I get that one right, P Money? XIV, 14th. 10, 14, yeah, because otherwise it would be XVI would be 16, right? 14. Something like that. Listen, it's amazing that Bear can read English, much less Latin, okay? It's a Popalooza in Chicago, they say. On May 8th, Cardinal Robert Francis Provost was elected Pope, the first American Pope in the 2,000-year history of the Catholic Church, taking the name of Pope Leo XIV, whatever the heck that is. His hometown of the Windy City in Illinois has been celebrating the best way they know how. That'd be with food, people. That's the way that Bear likes to celebrate. There you go. Here's the ponta. He needs the pointy hat, though. Where's the pointy hat? Your Holiness. Crying out loud. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Here it is. Let's check it out. Where are we? Here we are. There's the Leo right there. Portlo's, known for its beloved hot dogs and sandwiches, has renamed one of the menu items in honor of the new Pope, His Holiness. The Italian beef sandwich at the Popular, for crying out loud, a Chicago-based restaurant, is now called the Leo, people. That's right. The Popular Chicago-based restaurant. In the name of gravy, the bun and hot guyard, we introduce the Leo, a divinely seasoned Italian beef baptized in gravy and finished with the holy trinity of peppers. That'd be sweet, hot, or a combo? And a combo. It wouldn't be a whatever. Portlo's said in a news release. This sandwich isn't actually a new menu item. It's a crowd pleaser already, typically served by splashing a bit of the local chain's flavorful, secretly spiced gravy on it. It's our original sacred sandwich, bold, unapologetically flavorful, and made in honor of a moment that's historic for Portlo's hometown. Yes, you can really order this, they said on Instagram. However, it will be called the Leo for the entire month of May, which coincidentally also happens to be Italian Beef Month. If you were here earlier in the month, you would have known that with our months of it's Italian Beef Month, people. Portlo's isn't the only one taking advantage of the new shepherd in town. Benson's Bakery in Evanston is celebrating with its limited edition Pope Sugar Cookies. Quote, a cookie as divine as the moment, they said. Let's check it out. There's the cookie right there. Oh! The sweet treat is available both in-store and on the bakery's website, people. Get to it. Jesus, that was fast, one person quipped on the Instagram post. Oh. Pope Leo the whatever was born in Chicago on September 14th, 1955. He's a Chicago native who spent his career ministering to the poor in Peru. So I guess he's sort of American. He's American in heart, people. We'll still claim credit. So there you go, people. There is your official Pope cookie. Is it sacrilegious to eat a cookie with the Pope on it? I mean, I know you probably couldn't get this by in, some other Muslim land out there. Probably wouldn't be able to put the Prophet Muhammad on a cookie and eat it. That would be a neck-severing offense right there. But there you go. And there's the Leo right there with some hot beef, some peppers, a little bit of gravy in there in between. It never said what type of bread it was, but in between two buns of some kind, people. Two buns of some kind. His Holiness, the Leo, people. That's right, the Leo. I like it. I like it a lot, man. I like it a lot. So there you go. There is your Pope Leo the 14th update for the day, people. There you go. From Brooke Steinberg over here at the New York Post. Yes, indeed, people. I had another food story, but I was waiting on Amy. She dipped out on me last time. I was going to talk about the 1905 salad at Columbia, but just went poof. I'm like, hey, come on. I did this. I was doing this. I hope Amy and Melissa might have stayed at the Columbia and checked out the salad, but maybe not. I don't know. Maybe should I save this for another time? Maybe I should save it for another time out here. But anyways, there was the salad, and it should be rotating through. There we go. There is some lady making the salad there. But anyways, I had it ready to go. I did not see Amy or Melissa. I had another Florida story as well. The Florida dad paid out $14,000 for a family of 5, just the day trip, just the day at the park. $14,000. Excuse me, $1,400. $1,400. I'm assuming if you got bottled water, maybe some lemonade, it probably would have been $14,000. We'll do it. This dad is one unhappy mouseketeer. Father of 3 who went viral for his post about how much Walt Disney World cost. Said the $1,400 he spent for one day was not worth it. In a TikTok that's been viewed by millions, Craig Stowell said a trip to the famed Orlando theme park with his wife and 3 kids blew up his wallet like a pager in Hamas or Hezbollah, whatever, only for a modicum of enjoyment when faced with the never-ending stream of lines at Disney. What did you think was going to happen? I'm going to go to Disney World in May. Maybe if you went in August, there wouldn't be that many lines, but not May. Not May. There's like half of the $14,000 right there is just salads. I don't want to say it this way, but if you do the average cost per ride, it probably really isn't worth it, they said. Of the happiest place on earth, that frustrated dad said he spent $974 for 5 one-day tickets. And that's with the Florida resident discount, people. He had five people. That's almost $200 a ticket. Oof. I'd started with the ticket price and then ran into the parking for $30. And then that was just like the cash cow for the rest of the day, he says. He claimed that if he opted for the lightning passes to help skip some of the lines, he would have been down another $400, people. That's a $400 smoothie right there. Disney has raised prices for its theme parks in recent years with the cost of a single-day, single-park ticket, which, by the way, they have more than one park. So I don't know if that was just the case or not, but apparently he was paying on the high end for that. It comes following initial surveys that reportedly showing a decline and the number of guests planning to return visits to Disney's parks in 2023. The company recently announced that prices would increase for many 2026 dates. No way, send your watch. As Disney offers discounts and better pricing for multi-day stays. Stowell says it was apparent the company is favoring long-term guests over local families and day trippers. The poor fella. Unfortunately, I don't think these day trippers are what Disney wants, he says. They want you to never leave the park. Hey now, careful. They want you there for 5 days, and they want you to drop $10,000. So I think that one day trip, I'm actually being punished for it. Wasn't that like the cost of like that Star Wars hotel? Wasn't that like $10,000 a night or some crazy amount? It was stupid. Disney has been previously accused of being addicted to raising prices that push the limit of what working class families can afford. Insiders previously told the Wall Street Journal. Stowell said that he was glad his video went viral to demonstrate the struggle families are going through when they're trying to create the moments together. But he was still taken aback by how much support he received online. How much money did you get? I kind of had a feeling it would go viral. It's very relatable. It's family friendly. Disney, always a hot topic, and we're trying to pinch pennies. No, you weren't. You spent $1,400 for one day at a park. So I kind of had an idea that people would be related to it. Just maybe not so much, says Father here. $13,991.91, apparently. About $400 went for this smoothie right here. Just Magic Kingdom, I'm guessing. Yeah, it looks... it's hard to tell. I don't think it's said in the article. It says Disney World, which is several parks. Walt Disney World... all it says is famed. So I'm assuming it is the main one there. Yeah, Disney World. There we go. Okay. They spent almost $300 for Disney at Disney World. Oof. $300 for 5 people. Ay. Man, oh man, that's you could go to a really nice restaurant for that. Holy cow. $300. Oof. Ay. I'll buy the virtual reality goggles for that. I'm sure there's a 3D walk around the Magic Kingdom I can find. Probably. Or, you know what? What you could do is probably get one of those like Apple, what do you call it? The Apple Vision Pro. And just take it. Well, I don't know if they would allow you. I don't know if they would allow you or not. But maybe you could take one of those GoPro cameras that will do the spatial recording or something like that. And then make your own tour around the Magic Kingdom in 3D. And then sell that and maybe make your money back going there. Disney probably wouldn't like you doing that at all. But you could probably do it like clandestinely or something like that. That might work. I don't know. I don't know, man. But there you go. $1,400 for a family of 5. One day. Doesn't say if it was on the weekend or not. But I don't know. I wanted to save this next one for Amy and Melissa as well. It was Noah's Ark. We were trying to find out where it was at, and they finally found it. It's right there. So I might, unless she shows up here in another minute or two, I might save this for Saturday. There's Noah's Ark. Hold on. Where are the bears? 2 hippopotamus. I don't know what that... Are these bears? Are those bears? I'm not quite sure. What the heck is going on with the What the heck? Holy moly, there's tool-using monkeys that are going on to the Ark, apparently, that apparently didn't survive much further after that. But, okay, well, good to know that the bears are on the boat. I'm assuming those are bears. Why do the birds need to fly on the boat? I had no idea, but, whew, I was worried, people. I was worried. What was my last one? Oh, Mexican ship. They're going to have the... P-Money, I know this is a story that you're going to find close to your heart. America's 250th birthday celebration coming up in July. So they brought a Mexican ship in to help celebrate. And that fella. Okay. I have no idea what the native fella there is going to be doing, but okay. All right. So anyways, a tall ship. And the flamenco dancers, apparently, I have no idea what's going on there. None whatsoever, people. None whatsoever. Well, apparently I have stunned my audience into silence out here because I went through a couple stories here, and apparently everybody is stunned by Bear's brilliance out here. So I want to thank you all. Thank you all so very much for coming on out to Bear's show and checking out what's going on his nice day where he's cooling off out by the river and swimming with the manatees. People enjoying himself out here. So, P-Money, thanks for stopping by and keeping Bear company out here. We got plenty of people. Nobody wanted to say hello, though. Nobody wanted to say hello. I guess I am scary to other people, apparently. But I want to thank P-Money, Mrs. P-Money, and all the little P-Moneys out there. And once again, all of our Russian bots, and especially our lurkers. Thank you. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, at least. Help Bear out at least with that, crying out loud. But you know what? All this talk about the new Pope sandwich has made Bear hungry, so he's gonna head back into the woods. So until next time, people, grrrrr. Grrrr. Night, everyone.